This is Grace.
Hi.
I'm Isla.
Hi, Grace. Do you want a glass of water while we start?
I'd love one, thanks.
Yeah, sure. I'll just go. Just tap water, okay?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
The wedding. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Thank
There
you.
go. So, Grace and Isla, tell me a bit about my name's Lisa. Actually, well, I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm a marriage celebrant, and I can which means I can do weddings anywhere in Australia with couples. You do need to be not married to anyone else.
Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah, if you were, you need to show you've divorced, and also it doesn't matter if you come from another country, you're still able to get married in Australia. So there are a few things around it which I can explain later, but it's just good for me to get to know who you are and what you're after, and before we go any further. So
So we've never done this before. We don't really know what we're doing exactly. Me and Grace, we've been together for how long has it been? A year and a half.
yeah.
But So she proposed to me. See the ring.
Oh wow, when was that? Recently?
Not 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
It's like a sapphire.
Yeah, it's really nice, isn't
My
it?
dad found it.
You found it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He goes crystal hunting in,
Where is it?
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Is it
I
in
don't know.
somewhere? Glen Innes?
That's the one.
Yeah. Oh wow, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
so it's
gosh.
very recent, but
Mhm.
we really wanted to get started on all of this because
Yes.
it's very
Yeah.
exciting.
Do you have an idea of when you want to get married?
What do you think? I like spring weddings.
30th
30th
Of
of
what?
what?
September.
September.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very
spring.
soon.
that is soon. Yeah, the thing with
Is there a time frame? Or
there
something?
is a time frame. It's 3 months from when we fill out a form called a notice of intention to marry, and that involves you bringing in birth certificates or passports, just showing where you're born, and
So that's a bit early for us then.
a little bit early.
Yeah.
But that's okay. There's other things to discuss. So I'm wondering if you don't mind me asking, how old are you both?
I'm 20.
I'm 16 and
Oh.
almost 17.
Oh, okay.
9 months.
You're almost okay. Great. Well, in Australia, you can't get married under 17.
Oh,
Um, and also, if you're under 18, you need permission from your parents, a parent, and a judge.
Ah.
So,
Oh, that's right. Dad's in the car.
Can we get it?
He drove
yeah.
us here, neither of us
Okay,
have
that's
our
probably a good
license.
time for me to chat about what he needs to do. Sure, you go
Okay.
ahead, Dad, Grace. Thanks.
So it wouldn't be able to do September. So we'd have to
No.
push it
Well, we'll
Push
have
it
to
back
wait
a
till
bit.
at least Grace is 17,
right.
and we have all this information that I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
And then there are other things you might want to get prepared for your wedding. But,
Right. Okay. Changes plans a bit.
a little bit. But with COVID,
Right.
it is
COVID,
tricky
I
at the
did
moment
forget
with
about
weddings,
COVID.
so we might be waiting a bit longer than 3 months.
Come and sit, honey.
Come in.
Oh,
Oh,
we're getting briefed, are we?
hello.
Hello, how are you?
Who's you're Andrew?
I'm
Oh,
Andrew.
sorry. You're Grace's dad?
Grace's dad, yes.
Oh, I
Why-
didn't want to leave her in the car.
Why'd you
Oh.
bring the dog?
That's alright, I'm pet friendly.
Oh God,
Just,
I'm so
there is a cat in
sorry.
his house, so
You
you have
probably didn't want the dog
no,
in
it's
the
totally
house.
fine if that's what you're comfortable
Oh.
with.
Oh, there's the
Who's
cat.
she?
She
over
comes
there.
everywhere with me. This is Eddie.
Oh, hi,
Eddie,
Eddie.
come here.
Is she going to be part of the wedding, Grace?
Yeah, she's the
Eddie.
maid of honour.
Eddie,
Oh, she's the maid of honour.
Yeah.
we're still discussing that one, aren't we? No, we're discussing if we're having pets. She's not really trained much yet. No,
Right.
no, we're having it. We're going to discuss it together, and you can't just decide that we have a pet.
We'll talk about it later.
No, we'll talk about this now with
Okay.
Lisa here, because she knows. She's seen
Alright.
many
Well, we can
things,
get
so
to
we can't
pet.
just have a pet. How many pets have you seen at weddings?
Quite a lot actually.
And how have they gone?
Well, it's just been varied. We can discuss pets in a minute. There's just some more important things to discuss before. Around Grace's age mainly. So, Andrew, thanks for coming in. You're Grace's dad here. So, are you quite comfortable with Grace getting married at 16?
I guess so.
Yeah. So, in Australia, are you from Australia or
Yes.
are you?
Originally.
I thought you might be Greek or.
Anyway, he lived in Greece for 9 months.
Okay.
That's why.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't make assumptions.
No,
I
that's
just-
fine. And I run a
I-
fish and chip shop as well.
Yeah, my family have got Greek background, so I could connect. So anyway, in Australia, we unfortunately, well, maybe fortunately, it's a bit 16 you're not allowed to get married. At 17 you can. It's not. You do have to have like one of the couples has to be over 18, which Isla is. If they were
Lovely.
both 17, they couldn't get married. And what happens with someone younger like Grace, even though she might be as mature as Isla, it has to be proven that her parents can just be one parent. You just have to write a stat dip, which I can sign and we can fill out next time if these girls want to go ahead, saying that you think she's old enough and ready and prepared to be married.
Okay.
And then you also have to find a judge just at your local court, and you'll have an interview with the judge and your dad, and it'll be around questions around marriage, and he or she will be able to also. So there's 2 pieces of, and Isla's writing it all down, so that you're the organised one here. So is that okay?
Yeah,
Does that
sure.
make sense? That
That's
you,
fine.
yeah, you'd be willing to do that? Great. So, once that's all done, maybe you could. Okay, Eddie? Grace, alright?
Just shut the doors.
It's alright.
It's alright, she's fine.
She's fine. Okay. So once all that's done, did you need a glass of water?
No, do you have a beer? I only drink beer.
Oh,
Oh, no, okay.
okay.
Not yet, too early.
Sorry. I do.
It's
drink
10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I can wait.
you sure? Okay.
Yeah, no, wait.
10, no,
Okay.
he doesn't need.
Okay. So there's the other. So basically, we can't really go forward with a lot until you get those things happening. But if you, we can talk about what sort of wedding you want, and yeah, have you girls chatted about that?
Yeah, so as you've heard previously, Grace wants the dog as her maid of honour,
Yes.
which I find might be trouble. But I think we were thinking more simple wedding, sort of really nice in a park maybe.
Pink.
Pink is
Barbie themed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace is gonna be on decorations,
Yeah,
I
good.
believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them myself.
Yeah.
Save on costs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So simple in a park. Yeah.
People.
Yeah. How many do you think?
Neither of us really have any friends, so maybe 50.
Yeah, but I've got a bit of family. So
And
maybe
Oh,
probably
yeah.
under 100, maybe under 100. I don't know.
okay.
Small, simple.
Yeah, great. So I hope you don't mean no. There's a few things like with the dog and the. Is there other things? Basically, as a marriage celebrant, it's my role. It's part of my job, to talk about marriage rather than the wedding. So, like a lot of people go, yay, we're getting married, and it's all so exciting. We're having this big wedding or small wedding, but then. They haven't thought a lot about living together for the rest of their lives. Is that something you two have discussed? Or?
Yeah, we were thinking separate bedrooms.
Right. Are you
But other than that, we're on board.
She snores. I can't sleep
Yeah.
with snoring. It's really loud.
do you
I
live
understand.
together at the moment?
No, not at the moment. Well, so Grace still lives at home because
Right.
she's still at school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met her outside But yeah, so she's still at home. So, but
Yeah.
we're hoping once we're married, she's finally allowed to move out.
Will you be
Maybe.
with them?
Or maybe, probably.
No,
For a while.
no.
Well, he needs to cook for us. Neither of us
For
can
a
cook.
while.
Probably.
Until I work everything
We're
out.
hoping that we could live alone together.
Yeah, alright, well, maybe it's a good time having to wait a little bit. Like, we've got the 3-month wait with Grace's age. We've got COVID happening, and you can't have a wedding at the moment. Definitely until, next year maybe. It's probably a good time to talk about, so this is one of the, I have to get, this is called the Happily Ever After brochure.
Mhm.
So you can
Fairy
take,
tale.
did you want to hold on to that? That's just about, thinking about, talking about things like, do you want children, more pets, how you two resolve arguments usually. There's a lot in a marriage. Conflict is good in a marriage sometimes because it works things out, but you've got to learn how to do that without hurting each other and things
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I don't want to assume things about your relationship, but it's a good time for everyone because unfortunately divorce rates in Australia are huge, and I'm one of those statistics. So if I were to get married again, I'd be doing something like this too because it's really worthwhile. Just there's that brochure, and I can give you this information to write down, either, or you can take.
Yeah.
There's all different programs, especially in Victoria. There's a Relationships Matters website,
Yeah.
family relationships websites and things like that. If you want to have a look at those, just
Yeah.
have a look. And there's all sorts of things about marriage,
Mhm.
and so I think it's a good idea to kind of work on that a little bit before you do take the plunge. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a big step. And do you think you're ready for it at the moment?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's with you. So what does that entail? Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of,
Good question.
yes.
So if you're going, come back when Grace is 17 with the stat deck, you can call me about it if you're having trouble getting it or something, and go
Yeah.
to the judge. And do you know any judges? You've been
Yeah, because a couple that go down the pub.
Yeah.
Judge Brady.
Yeah. So you might sort that out. If you want to go with me, so what happens is with the first, this is an initial meeting, but then you have your first meeting, which is that form, notice of intention to marry. So anyone can fill that out and send it in to wherever it goes,
Yeah.
and I can help you fill that. And you just need, would you both have a birth certificate?
Yes. Yeah, I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just identification. They want to know where you're born and what the date was.
Not a problem.
Andrew, you'd have to have proof, obviously, that you're Grace's dad before you start deck, and that can all be brought in.
Yes.
And then after that, we discuss how it goes. So if you want to write your own vows, you want to have dogs as matrons of honour, you want doves, fairy cakes,
Yeah, I'm thinking a donut wall.
a donut wall.
Yeah.
All vegan.
Yep.
Yay.
Okay, you might need to talk about your dietary, how that's going to work in the house.
Yeah.
All those things, if you want to write your own vows. So the time, you can spend as much time as you want with me as possible. There's certain things that I have to say and do at your wedding, but not much. And then the rest, you might have people doing readings, poems, you might have some music, you might have, go away and think about some of your favourite poems or...
What about pricing for you, I guess? Maybe?
Yeah, well, I have a general rate of $600, and that's around 10 hours work. So sort of meeting, today is initial. I don't really charge for today because you haven't booked me yet. This is just
Yeah.
and then it depends how much work So it's $600, but if there was things like you suddenly decide to get married in another city,
Right.
travel, so there'd be extra
Travel
costs.
expenses.
But it's 600 is about 10 hours work, which includes the ceremony, which is about, ceremonies only last for about 20 minutes, but I'm there before, I've got to set up my microphone and everything, and then I'm there after and we do the signing.
Alright.
Yeah, and there's just a few official things that happen on the way, and that's up to me to show you.
Is there anything
Yeah.
else we sort of need to know? before?
I don't think so. What about you, Andrew? Are you married?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Just,
Don't think so. No, I'm not.
you know.
Just came to me.
You
then.
never, you've been married, but.
Can't remember.
Can't remember,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'm just thinking what else would be. Have you got any other ideas? Like, I have a good list of people I know, florists and photographers. Like, if you want recommendations.
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking we could use the iPhone. You've got the good one, haven't you? The 8 or something?
Photographer.
6.
Mm-hmm.
6,
Yeah,
perfect.
so
yeah.
we don't have much money between us,
Right.
and he doesn't have.
And we've got
any.
flowers in the backyard, so we were just
that's
thinking.
fine. I mean,
So,
that's
yeah.
Got some home brew.
Yeah. I've seen the most beautiful weddings, just the simplest weddings. So, flowers in little jars are beautiful. Like the reception. So, say it was in the park, the wedding. That is also another thing you might want to think about. You need to go to your local council,
Right.
and there might be a cost in that. So maybe looking at Dad's backyard.
No, you don't.
Maybe
Yeah,
we could
move
do
the
the
old
front
car.
yard and then the neighbours can watch too.
It hasn't been mowed in a few years.
Oh, we can get this.
We'll go front yard. Neighbours can see too.
Front yard, alright.
Okay. The front yard. It's good because you won't need cars or anything
No.
to get there. You go get ready. So there's all sorts of things, and I'm happy to give you some tips or of how to keep the costs down. iPhones are great. If you've got someone in the family that can take a nice photo, get them to do it. Everyone will take photos.
Grace is great at selfies.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get a selfie stick and attach it to her harness.
Oh, yep.
I think that's a good plan.
It seems like this wedding's going to be more
Are there-
Eddie and Grace than
Oh.
Tyler and Grace.
Are there any other pets involved, Grace?
Yeah, we have a cat. He's 6. He's quite fat. He's
He
actually
doesn't like
5.
to go outside, so we can't really have him. We can have him watching from the window, I guess.
Exactly, because if we're in the front yard, he's only allowed in the front half of the house.
Oh.
So if we're in the front yard, he can just watch from the window.
We have another dog,
Yeah.
Toby. He's a bit older.
Yeah.
We don't bring him everywhere. But yeah, he can be there. Though they like to play a lot, those two. So
Yeah. And catering might be something you think of.
right.
I've got a pie warmer.
But
Well, because by the time the wedding's happening, Eddie will be much bigger than this. So tables, high tables.
Yeah.
If we have tables.
Stills.
Anyway.
Still it's full.
Me?
Yeah. Got some herbal cookies too in the freezer.
It sounds like a fun wedding. I hope you book me.
I think we like the sound of you.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Thank you. I like the sound of you.
I think me and Grace both think you'd be great for us.
Oh, that's good. Well, I've got a website, lisasharp.celebrate.com. It's on that card there that I gave you before.
Ah, yes, yeah.
Have a little look at that. There's a few different weddings on there. You might get some ideas. And, two girls get on YouTube all the time and computers and, there's all sorts of ideas on there. Pinterest and
Yeah.
weddings. And, ideas for do-it-yourself weddings, really. So basically, get the stat deck, get the judge to approve. Hopefully that's all okay. Please try and look up and read up on some relationship
Yeah.
courses. There's quizzes in there.
Ooh,
There's all
quizzes. We like quizzes.
there's all really
BuzzFeed?
Yeah.
great things about your future because and finances is another thing. that is often in marriages. It often causes the most. I think it's the reason for the most divorces is, finances. Yeah. So. And then we'll make an appointment. Give me a call or send me a text or an email, and we'll have another appointment. Go for about probably 45 minutes, and we'll fill out all those forms. We'll get everything. You can give me your dates and where it's going to be, but it definitely has to be 30 days from that form, and you've got 18 months from that to get married.
And after she's 17.
After she's 17.
We've got a while to plan it.
Yeah.
A bit now.
And I think that's all. Oh, and you'll need to dig out your birth certificates and bring along. If you
Birth
can't
certificates
find them,
first.
let me know and I'll give you ideas of what other things you can bring along.
Right, yeah.
But I'd say you'll need that for your judge meeting. And well, that's. If you haven't got any more questions.
Oh, I don't believe so.
No, I was just going to ask what you're doing later. Do you want to go for a drink?
Is it the home brew?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, this is sadly
thank you so much for your advice.
thank
It's
you,
been
Anna.
really great.
I shouldn't be shaking because of COVID, so we should have also
Oh,
been
yeah.
Thanks, Grace. Nice to meet you, Eddie. And if you plan, give us a call. And if your plans change, give us a call as well. And,
Wonderful.
we can
I'll definitely
discuss
do that.
And,
Yeah, cheers.